Okay, welcome back everybody. Coffee and art in the morning. We already did a one episode this morning. Now we're going on to a separate episode. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to finish up a few pages or continue to work on a few pages. I'd like to finish some up. I have a couple that I need to finish in Daydreams. I have a Bennett Klein that I started yesterday from Sketchbook 2 that I need to finish. It's already pulled out right here. That I want to finish. So I have a couple pages that I want to finish. And I'll do them separate recordings. That way I can mark them by the book, by the book I'm working in. Because people go, well, where is that? Where did you finish that Bennett Klein page? Well, I don't remember because it's in with 10 others. I can't do that because I'll never remember when I combine them. Yes, Jean. Yes, Jean. So I told Jean, I said, I have confession time. So before I get started, okay, so don't hate me. Don't judge me. I should say don't judge me. All right, so y'all remember I got the, and I did a little talk on it. I just did a quick little review on the Jane Davenport pencils, which they're not the same as Prismacolor. I'm just used to my Prismacolor, so that's all I'm going to say on those. But I did break down with some coupons, Jean. Oh, help me, Jean, help me. Prismacolor says, so Didi, what type of art do you do most? I do portraits. I do commission portraits, which I don't put on my show very often. That's what I do the most. Or do I say my favorite? Yes, it's one of my favorites. I like it all, guys. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. Okay? Well, I didn't mean hate me, Jean. I should have said judge me. Yeah, judge maybe, never hate. Okay. But anyway, and I've shown my portrait work that I do. I just don't do much of it online for a couple reasons. One, when someone hires me to do their portraits, most of those people are not watching YouTube. Some of them, I shouldn't say that most. A lot of them are not watching YouTube. They're hiring me because they see my work on Facebook. And so they hire me to do their portraits of their kids, their dogs, their grandmother that passed away, their grandkids, things like that. And when they do that, unless they give me permission to post online, they don't even get online. So that's why I've shown you a lot of my portraits that I've done through Sketchy, which they allow you to use their portraits because their photographs, because they put their photographs up there for you to use. So I use those kind of for my examples to show my portrait work, but I don't do much of it here. I've done a few shows, and if you go look under my playlist, portrait playlist, we've done a few classes. We drew Jen Oz's granddaughter. We did a class on that. It was like 2 or 3 parts. That was a couple years ago. We did Darcy UK, and I showed you how to use a grid if you're afraid to draw. So hey Kazi, I have shown some portraits, and then I've also just done some. I was trying to do drawing YouTubers here. Favorite YouTubers that I like, and I just showed those Monday. I just showed some of those that I did on Monday's show. So, yeah. Thanks, Marilyn. Yeah. So if you want, that's for the bird drawing. The fish drawing. Okay. So, thanks, guys. So, Jean, I broke down. And I bought the mermaid marker, the water brush markers. I'll add these to my water brush collection, my real brush markers that, why is that one bigger than it? Okay. I'll add these to my Zig Kuritakis to use all in conjunction with each other. I have to say, guys, I was keeping Gina's suspense. I have not played with these in a color book. Again. Yeah, Eileen goes, bad girl. I've not played with them in a color book. They're very vibrant. So how I see myself using them, let me get And I'll do a little thing here. This is just my little, watercolor tray and let me clean this out with a baby wipe. How I see myself using them is in conjunction with my Zig Kuretake water brush set that Eileen gifted me. So, but I had a coupon, so I couldn't resist. All right. I know, you girls. Oh, no. But because they're very very concentrated, I think how to use them in color book will probably be the best, just to do something. I have a sample page over here. Let's just use one of these. Let's use one of our girl pages here. Where's those little faces that I like? Here, let's use these girls. Let me put something behind. Let's put this behind it here. Okay. Are we focused, guys? Does it seem a little... Lighting comes a little whack or something. Let's see. Let's kind of fix it. Where's my Sherry card here? Let's see what we can do. Let's zoom in one, too. Hang on, guys. It's not wanting to focus. Come on, autofocus. That's what you're there for. You're there to autofocus. That's your setting. All right, let's see. All right, hopefully that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to test. They may go through the paper. I think they may be more fluid than the zigs, but I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right, Jean. I think they're going to be more fluid than the zigs too. But if you're doing a one-sided paper and you don't care, I want to see if it feathers. Okay, let me get out my water brush. So we're going to do a little test here. So let me get out my Zig Kuritakes right here. Set that right there. And we're going to do a little comparison. How about that? All right. Oh, I'll do some more fessing up here in a minute, Jean. See, I can't, this is another reason you can't let me out of the house. I had to go out yesterday to get my new lenses. Okay. You don't let me out of the house. Okay. All right, so let's just go ahead and try here. Let's just do like some red hair on her. So what I'm thinking is, let me get my red. Let's do a couple tests. And I can test on the paper here too, right? So like here's my Zig water brush, Zig. It's the Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers, okay? Now I'm going to take my water brush and just add some water to it and get it kind of wet. Now this paper is like copy paper. This is out of the Flow color book. It's like copy paper. Oh dear, did you buy? Jean. We'll save that for another time, Jean. All right, so now what I'm thinking is this is going to be so saturated, and it does say squeeze or push right here. To get them started, you did have to kind of squeeze them to get them going, right? Let's see if I have to do that. Okay, I'm not going to squeeze right there. And let's see what happens with just direct from the... Okay, well, of course, they're different colors a little bit. But what I want to see is what happens when I turn it over. Let's see what happens when we turn it over. Like these ladies are... I'm going to do a redhead just for Blade. Yes, he likes his gingers. Okay, so here we have the Zig Kuretake and the Jane. Let's see what's on the back. Neither one of them went through. But remember, guys, I'm real careful about how much water I put out, right? All right, and again, if I do her whole hair, it may be a different story. All right, so, and then here's what I'm thinking to do. Look, if we just put some down in the tray like that, and then pick it up and color, look, I could probably do her whole hair and then just go back and add some darker bits to it. I'll tell you what sold me on it, Jean. I'll tell you what sold me on these. Other than I said, well, there's some bright colors and they'll go with. I thought, well, I can use them with my zigs, right? The other thing is these are refillable. So whether we refill it with ink or just use it as another water brush. I figured I just bought 12 new water brushes. That's actually how I looked at it, Jean. Okay, so there we go. Let's check the back. Again, you can see it wants to almost come through. But remember, if you dry between the layers, then you can add another layer. So let's dry this. Bye, Grammy. Dry the back. And now that it's dry, you can add another layer. Forget it, Dee Dee. You don't have to. But in my mind, I'm telling you what was in my mind, Jean, at the moment. The moment of purchase. That moment of purchase, Jean, that was what was in my mind. Okay, so now let's go back to the red. All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, I will say the brush, the hairs are a little longer, so you don't have as much control as the zigs. So I'm just going to kind of feather that out. Let's just do a little bit at a time. Remember, it's the oversaturation that's going to cause it to go through. See, it's almost going through there because I added a lot of water right there. Let me just compare the brush tips. See the brushes here. So obviously you're going to have more control with the little zig brush than the big floppier one. You're going to have more control with this one, but the colors are more saturated in this one. Okay. Yeah. And I have no comparison of which one's going to last how long either, right? All right, so, oh, wait, I don't want to use a zig on this one. I want to just do this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more out here of the Jane Davenport. And then I'm going to pick some up and then darken with that. It's less saturated. You know, the color is less saturated when you pick it up with water, obviously. But I'm thinking if you don't want it so dark and saturated, you could just do this, what I'm doing here. Again, I don't care if it goes through because it's just a, you know, one-sided. I never care if it goes through on a one-sided page. So, there we go. Just a quick little, you know, demo with that. You have the speedball ones you're going to use for refill for your leaky ones. Okay, Jean. The water brushes, yeah. We'll use in the Neocolor 2 pencils. You mean the Neocolor crayons? Yeah, I use the crayons all the time. If that's what you're talking about, the Neocolor crayons, Prismacolor Me. Yeah, I use those all the time. Yeah, but if you're going to do what I just did here, Laura, and pick it up, it's not going to matter the brush. It flows off the brush quicker with the big floppier brush. It flows off of the bigger brush faster. But this is much more controlled. You're much more controllable with the zig one. But the colors are very bright, vibrant. Yeah, I use the crayons all the time. Yeah. The Neocolor 2s, yeah. And I scratch them off in here and pick up the pigment, yeah. All right, so I'm going to add just a little bit more since I have it here now. Let's add a little bit of red lipstick. And just use that up. Again, I didn't dry in between, so now I know I've oversaturated this sheet, which that's okay. Okay. So there we go. Just so you can kind of, I'm cleaning off my water brush over here on the side. Yes. Oh, I love my zigs. I love my zigs. I've used them a lot too. Well, I'll say a lot, but a few times here on the show. The colors, yeah, they are very bright, vibrant. So what I'm going to do is I'll swatch them out for you real quick. Let me get another piece of cardstock. Hang on, guys. Hang on. So, yeah, I'll finish coloring these, cut them out, and throw them in some people's Happy Mail. All right, so let me go ahead and move this. Oh, Laura, real quick, I'll do this in a minute. I'll go back to working on this. I did this yesterday while I was waiting to go to the eye doctor. I worked on this, this piece here. It's pale because it's not very far along, other than the black background. I haven't done anything with the fish, but anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. That's the one I'm working on in the Bennett Klein. And if you're watching this recording, I'm repeating myself because people are asking me the same question again, so I'm answering someone in chat. So just saying, you know, people could, you repeat yourself all the time. I am talking to a live chat in here. It depends on how much water you use. Whether it's with this, whether it's with the Neo colors, whether it's with ink tints, it's how much water you use that breaks down the paper. That's why I say you need to dry in between the layers, no matter what kind of water medium you're using, whether it's just your plain watercolors, whether it's water brush pens, your ink tints, your Neo colors, anything that you're adding water to, you have to let it dry between layers. It's the water saturation, not the paint, that causes the paper to break down. Okay? It's from a book, Carrie. It's from his sketchbook too. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to move this to the side. And we are going to do, let me move the cardstock there, and I'm going to do swatches. And I know the light's a little weird today. I don't know why. It does look a little pink. I don't know why. Okay. So let's go ahead and swatch these. I know, I think didn't we swatch the brush pens when I got them, Jean or Eileen? I can't remember. All right, so we're going to swatch these. Let's see if I can kind of get them in, you know, rainbow order here. The pink, and then the purple, the blue. Oops. So we're going to swatch these out. Here we go. That looks good. Again, these are the Jane Davenport. I think they're called mermaids. Mermaid brush pens, right? All right, let's put them here so you can see the colors while I swatch them. All right, are we focused, guys? Can you tell me? Because it's hard for me to tell. It looks a little fuzzy. Is that better? Did you adjust the light after the flow? Do you want it brighter? Do you want to brighten it up? I don't know, because I don't want the white paper to flash out. That's what I'm thinking. How's that? Is that better? That's going to flash us out, but the paper's whiter now. Okay. Okay. All right, we're going to roll with it. Okay, so I'm going to start with and I'll tell you all the names, right? Bye, Blade. Thanks for popping in. I don't know if Ben's still here. Okay, so this brown I'll put the color down and then I'll add some water to it. This one is called Reef. Okay, and so I'm just gonna kind of do this. I need a Kleenex to clean my water brush in between. Much better? Okay. So you'll have to tell me. The pink is gone. Much better. Okay. Thanks, guys. I think it worked on the flow because of the pink paper. Okay. All right. So that's Reef. I should write the names down. Let's go ahead and do that. The next one is, let's write the names down. Where are they? Pirate's Gold. So y'all see me testing them out here. Pirate's Gold is a bright yellow. And again, I'm going to go ahead and take my water brush and kind of just feather it out so you can see some of the... Are we good? Do I need to zoom in more, guys? Let's see. I'm trying my best. I try my best. Now I don't know if I'm focused again. It's either one or the other, it seems, guys. Okay, if you're a streamer and you have some lighting tips for me, I have every camera and I can't get it right. Okay, the next one is Beach. Okay, and it's more on the orange. Beach. Let's wet it out a little. Enabler. I have to buy these now. It's looking good. Okay. Then we have, this is Lobster. Let me squeeze just a little out there. Okay. Going from pen to pen here. Lobster. Then we're going to Starfish. Which is like a magenta pink. And I'm just adding water brush to it. What did I say it was? Starfish. Starfish. How are we doing with color, guys? Let me move my stuff here. I gotta make some space. Is it looking okay? Doesn't look very focused. Just saying. I'm thinking it's not very focused. Hang on, let me make a note of something here. All right, let's see. Let me get something. The colors look good, but yeah, but it didn't look very focused. All right, so that's Starfish. Oh, hey, Paula. Sorry, I'm enabling right now. Okay, then we have Coral. Oh, I squeezed a little. Okay, that's kind of in between red and orange here, like, you know, Coral is. It's more orange. That's the more the pink one. I think actually I should have reversed those as far as what do you call it? Color order. I think this one should have been next after Lobster and then Starfish, because that's going to go into the purple. All right, so there's those 6 colors. So let's see. Hey, LBO. And I know the white paper doesn't help. All right, so now we're going to go into, let's go up here with jellyfish, which is kind of almost like an eggplant. It's not really bright purple. This purple is brighter. This is almost like an eggplant color, like a watered down eggplant color. Aubergine. And that one's called jellyfish. Okay. Then we have deep sea, and this is the dark purple. Again, just taking my water brush and kind of pulling it out so you can see better color. Okay, deep sea. Then we're going to go into blue bottle. And it's kind of a gray blue. It has a little bit of gray in it. Blue bottle. Okay, and then Byron Bay. And it's the turquoise, the bright, whoops, the bright turquoise. Okay, I froze for a second again. And that's Byron Bay, I think. Yeah. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Cameron said that she went to Michael's in London, Ontario to get these. The display was so hidden. She had said that everything in stock except the mermaid markers. Do you think they were sold out? Bye, Zoe. Have a good one. And this one is Siren, and it's like a deep, dark green. Again, the brushes are a little floppy. The brushes, because they're kind of long, the hair, the fibers, whatever they're using are kind of long, makes it kind of floppy and softer than the aqua, than the Pentel Aqua brush or the Zig Kuretake. But it flows out, you get a lot out. Oh, wait, what was that one again? That one was Siren. Whoops, got so many things going here. Siren. And then this one is Seaweed, and it's the lighter green. Again, see how they kind of flattens out the brush when you're using it? Okay, and and they do stay, they're not permanent. Okay, they're not permanent. What did I say this was? Seaweed. So in other words, even after these are dried, you can re-wet them. They'll reconstitute. Okay? All right, so any questions on those, guys? Again, I think if you don't want them so saturated, then use them like we just did on this test over here by putting them in a tray, putting it on a tray, and then picking it up and using it rather than straight from the brush. This way you don't get it so dark, which you may want it dark, but then again, you may want to be able to shade like this. If it's all flat red, you'll have to go in there with a pencil or something else to get it to shade if you do it solid dark. This paper right here is just some, this is 110 weight cardstock. Staples brand cardstock. This right here is just a piece from the Flow color book that we showed earlier. Where is that baby? From this book that came in the Flow magazine. I just pulled out a page just to play with here. Okay. Yeah, but this is cardstock here. And it doesn't go through. It does buckle it just a little, But again, it's the water that goes through your paper, not the paint. It's when you oversaturate. Like here, I've gone about 3 or 4 layers and I did not dry. So see how it's going through? Whereas if I would have taken the time to dry between, it wouldn't have gone through. It's the water doing this, okay? It's not the paint, it's the water. All right, so let's go ahead and just do a little more coloring here with these. The flow, it's in all bookstores. The flow's in bookstores, yeah. Hey, Twinkle Toes. All right, so let's just see about coloring out. Again, there's really no color here for face. You know what I mean, Vern? There's no skin colors in this. All right, so let's see. Let's go with, I'm going to just pull out a little, because everybody likes the turquoise color, which is Byron Bay. So I'm going to just pick that up and do a layer. And if you do a light coat like this, then when you dry, you can add shades or layers. If I just went straight here like this, there's nothing else you can shade except go with a pencil, right? Do you think we all need the mermaid markers? I will use them in conjunction with my Zig Kuritakis. That's just me. Because the colors are the colors are so vibrant and main color. There's, you know what I'm saying? I need my skin tones, and I need other colors. All right, now let me dry that before I add another layer. Okay, so let's dry it so it doesn't go through. Now, it may have gone through there because that was really wet. But again, this is a one-sided paper. See, it didn't even go through with straight from the brush on a piece of copy paper. It didn't go through there. But if I would have put another layer on top of that, like if I would have gone over that twice, it would have oversaturated the paper and gone through. You know, if you get them with coupons, let's put it this way. I would not be getting this if it wasn't for coupons either. We had a 50 and a 60 coupon. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up a little bit more, and now I can put another layer. So can you see how I can put another darker layer here? It's subtle, but you know. I can dry that and put another layer. So you can layer up anything as long as you don't oversaturate it. And that goes with all of them. I know I repeat myself. Please, people, if you're watching a recording, don't email me and tell me you repeat yourself. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm talking to people asking questions. I'm repeating myself. Jeez. Okay, so there we go. So you can see how you can get the lighter and shades with doing it this way. If you just take it straight from the brush, you're going to get that right there. Okay? But if you do it this way, then you can make layers. All right, so let me hit that with the heat gun. All right, so let's go with the yellow or orange. Which one is this one? This one is the Pirate's Gold. So this is a yellow. All right, so now again, I'm going to put some here. Now, because this is a lighter color too, I'm going to go ahead and put some direct on there. And then, now I'll take my brush. I'm going to use 2 colors on this one. Where's my brush? Here it is. So now I'm going to wet this down, or thin it out, less concentrated, and do her hair. And then I'll dry that, and then I'll go in there with the orange or beach. Okay. Again, now this is the oranger color, so I'm just going to put a little bit down, get my brush, water brush, and pick some up. And I can do a little bit of shading there. Because, you know, these are just like your basic colors, even though there's some, you know, they're a little different. They're not like just straight on orange or turquoise. They're a little off colors, but they're, you know, they're bright. They're a lot bright colors. Not a lot of subtlety to these, right? So you can see, to do subtle stuff, you're going to have to do stuff like that. Does that make sense? All right, so you can kind of see how we did yellow and a little bit of orange. So any questions on these, guys? Spent about 30 minutes on them. I wanted to swatch them out for you. Again, the colors are very vibrant. And again, now this is dry now, so watch. This Bunny would probably, well, Bunny's got every color anyway. But you can then go back and look, pick it up. See? Now it's not as concentrated, but you can pull some of that off. And you see, it's not this is not permanent. But you can almost just use your swatches. If you wanted to carry some around with you, put it on a piece of cardstock like this, and then you have a little bit for a quick something something, although it's lighter. Bye, Samara. Hasta luego. All right. Let's do one more. Let's do one more color down here. Let's do a purple. Let's do the bright purple. All right, so I'm going to put a little purple out here. This is the dark purple. This is the deep sea. Hey, Northern Martha picks some up off the tray. And again, you don't have to have one of these porcelain trays. You can use the porcelain. You know, if you have like ink tints, pencils, neo colors, they all come in these tins. You can use the tins, the inside of the tins. All right, so I'm going to put a nice like wash down, right? Dry. Hey, Sherry. And now I'm going to go and pick up some more and add another layer of darker and shade it. Okay. Dry it. Add another layer. So you see how you can just play it, make it like watercolors. I mean, use them like just like watercolors. But if you're doing this on a thin paper, like a color book page, you need to dry in between because the water will make it go through. You threw out your see, if you would have kept your Neos in their house, Jean. Okay, so any questions on this, guys? I mean, I think I did a little bit of a demo there and showed the colors and the names. Again, the names are Reef, Pirate's Gold, Beach, Lobster, Starfish, Coral, Jellyfish, Deep Sea, Blue Bottle, Byron Bay, Siren, and Seaweed. And Xandra, I know she's out of town now at the CHA, but she's shown these as well. So if you go to Scraps to Beauty, if you want to see, if you're watching this recording, you want to see some more in-depth examples, I think Xandra's done quite a bit more with all of Jane's supplies. So look at Scraps to Beauty Xandra if you want to see more. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and then we'll do some color book pages. But I want to just you all to see the colors and tell Jean not to judge me. Yeah, just make sure you put it on white paper, Jean, because to see those translucent colors, it really needs to be on white. When I do my acrylic painting, I put it on, you know, I'll do my, like this, you know, on my black. But if you put this on black background, you're not going to see it at all. You know, you can see the acrylic paint because it's opaque. You're not going to see these colors on a dark thing, so. Can you show how to color faces with these? Not with these. I can't color faces with these guys. I mean, I could probably, you know, struggle to water down the red or the coral real light. But I know myself, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go to that trouble. Now, I could show you with the zigs, but I'll do that when we go to the color book section. I just wanted to do this section just to show you these markers. So we'll be right back, guys. A coupon, so I couldn't resist. All right. I know, you girls. Oh, no. But because they're very very concentrated, like, I think how to use them in color book will probably be the best, just to do something. I have a sample page over here. Let's just use one of these. Let's use one of our girl pages here. Where's those little faces that I like? Here, let's use these girls. Let me put something behind. Let's put this behind it here. Okay. Are we focused, guys? Does it seem a little... Lighting comes a little whack or something. Let's see. Let's kind of fix it. Where's my Sherry card here? Let's see what we can do. Let's zoom in one, too. Hang on, guys. It's not wanting to focus. Come on, autofocus. That's what you're there for. You're there to autofocus. That's your setting. That's for the bird drawing. I mean the fish drawing. Okay, so thanks, guys. So Jean, I broke down and I bought the mermaid marker, the water brush markers. I'll add these to my water brush collection, my real brush markers that, why is that one bigger than it? Okay. I'll add these to my Zig Kuritakis to use, like, all in conjunction with each other. I have to say, guys, yeah, I was keeping Gina's suspense. I have not played with these in a color book. Again. Yeah, Eileen goes, bad girl. I've not played with them in a color book. They're very vibrant. So how I see myself using them, and I'll do a little thing here. This is just my little, watercolor tray, and let me clean this out with a baby wipe. How I see myself using them is in conjunction with my Zig Kuretake water brush set that Eileen gifted me. But I had... Okay, welcome back, everybody. Coffee and art in the morning. We already did one episode this morning. Now we're going on to a separate episode. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to finish up a few pages or continue to work on a few pages. I'd like to finish some up. I have a couple that I need to finish in Daydreams. I have a Bennett Klein that I started yesterday from Sketchbook 2 that I need to finish. It's already pulled out right here. That I want to finish. So I have a couple pages that I want to finish. And I'll do them separate recordings. That way I can mark them by the book, by the book I'm working in. Because people go, well, where is that? Where did you finish that Bennett Klein page? Well, I don't remember because it's in with 10 others. I can't do that because I'll never remember when I combine them. Yes, Jean. Yes, Jean. So I told Jean, I said, I have confession time. So before I get started, okay, so don't hate me. Don't judge me. I should say don't judge me. All right, so y'all remember I got the, and I did a little talk on it. I just did a quick little review on the grandkids, things like that. And when they do that, unless they give me permission to post online, they don't even get online. So that's why I've shown you a lot of my portraits that I've done through Sketchy, which they allow you to use their portraits because that's what I mean, their photographs, because they put their photographs up there for you to use. So I use those kind of for my examples to show my portrait work. But I don't do much of it here. I've done a few shows, and if you go look under my playlist, portrait playlist, we've done a few classes. We drew Jen Oz's granddaughter. We did a class on that. It was like 2 or 3 parts. That was a couple years ago. We did Darcy UK, and I showed you how to use a grid if you're afraid to draw. So I have, hey Kazi, I have shown some portraits, and then I've also just done some. I was trying to do YouTubers, drawing YouTubers here, favorite YouTubers that I like, and I just showed those Monday. I just showed some of those that I did on Monday's show. So, yeah. Thanks, Marilyn. Yeah. So if you want, Davenport pencils, which they're not the same as Prismacolor. I'm just used to my Prismacolor, so that's all I'm going to say on those. But I did break down with some coupons, Jean. Oh, help me, Jean, help me. Prismacolor says, Didi, what type of art do you do most? I do portraits. I do commission portraits, which I don't put on my show very often. That's what I do the most. Or do I say my favorite? Yes, it's one of my favorites. I mean, I like it all, guys. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. Okay? Well, I didn't mean hate me, Jean. I should have said judge me. Yeah, judge, maybe, never hate. Okay. But anyway, and I've shown my portrait work that I do. I just don't do much of it online for a couple reasons. One, when someone hires me to do their portraits, most of those people are not watching YouTube. Some of them, I shouldn't say that most. A lot of them are not watching YouTube. They're hiring me because they see my work on Facebook. And so they hire me to do their portraits of their kids, their dogs, their grandmother that passed away,